Hey, good morning, Rogersville. Thanks for joining me and Cassie again. You gonna say hi?
Hi. I'm nervous to talk. My voice sounds so weird, but I'm nervous to talk.
Because you were on the phone a lot yesterday.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, that's okay. And we're always glad to have Dr. Shawn Randles joining us today from LR. And nothing to talk about today, right? We're just going to take viewer questions.
Not much going on in the world.
Well, we know that's not entirely true. But anyway, let's probably just get the elephant out of the room this morning.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You guys sent an email. You sent an email last night.
Oh, there's a herd, so I didn't know which elephant you were
Which elephant about. I was talking about. I'm talking about the one that probably people are probably thinking about today, which was this little TikTok nonsense, which
has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Well,
very appropriate.
Yeah,
very
what would you call it?
All right.
I had not used that word yet, but thank you. I'm going to use that.
Shenanigans.
The rest of the
day.
Shenanigans.
So, you went down the tunnel. You did the research on this. So tell us what you found out.
So this started yesterday, and we had at least one parent that I know of reached out to a principal, and the principal reached out to us, and we had not been made aware of it yet at the district office. So maybe we were busy doing other things. I don't know.
You mean
we don't have time to get on social media?
You're not sitting around watching on TikTok all the time?
But so we started doing a little research, and we reached out to our local law enforcement, and we sent an email to the administrators and our school resource officers and said, just a heightened sense of awareness that this is going on. Follow the trend for those of you there are on TikTok, and we were going to have additional police presence there. I'm not worried about it. It's something that on our research originated in Washington State. It was a skip final, let's start Christmas break early TikTok challenge, see how many people can just miss. And then someone in their creative minds, let's twist this TikTok into something that is nonsense.
Disturbing.
Yeah. It was a call for violence. We'll probably just leave it at that.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's what people around here need to hear, and I think it's accurate. Is there's no reason to have any concern. That didn't come from here.
Right.
It wasn't
a direct
threat.
No
Student here, no student in Missouri even had anything really to do with this.
Yeah. Right.
But regardless of that, you still have some enhanced security.
Well, and the thing about it is that, we have to treat every threat as that it could possibly be real.
Right.
But at the same time, we're not going to give in to fear, especially from some 16-year-old that started this and got it trending.
Well, and there are schools that have canceled school today because of this.
Oh,
I didn't know
exactly.
that,
and that, I think, is just empowering this type of behavior because I don't think you can do that.
Right.
Well, and
I think what you need is a bunch of dads like me to show up. And
I was going to suggest that. Like, you need to be rolling around in the parking lot. Yeah. That's exactly what needs
we
to
took
happen.
it as an opportunity to review our crisis plans and get some of our check sheets out that we have, and they're always there ready, but it's like insurance, you only use it when you need it.
Right.
And so it was an opportunity we put in the email. It's an opportunity to review our crisis plans and have a conversation with your teachers to make sure they're supervising students at all times and at their posts where they're supposed to be in the morning and in between classes, and just be aware of what's going on and engage with your kids and have those conversations with kids at school. And then the second thing, the real message of the email that we sent, in my opinion, is to the parents. Be aware of what your children are doing online. There are so many parents that have no idea that their kid has a Finstagram account, which is a fake Instagram, or they have this
Wait,
TikTok.
What was that again?
Instead of Instagram,
it's called...
They will make a second one that's called Finstagram. It's fake.
Oh,
So
but it's still on
alias.
It's the same app.
It's still on Instagram, but it's like a different.
You have two. You have two Instagram accounts.
Okay, I thought there was like a whole new app I had.
No, it's one for your parents to follow you on, and one for you don't want your parents to know about.
I see. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the TikTok, and I feel like so many parents the parents that have a kindergarten child, we tell them every year in A Day in K, when parents ask us, what can we do to get our kid ready for kindergarten? And we say, put your phone down. Talk with your child. Dance, sing, climb a tree, bake. Put your phone down. Engage. And that message still doesn't change when they're a teenager.
Right.
When they're a teenager, still, mom and dad, put your phone down and engage with your teenager. But more importantly, know what they're doing on their phone, and have an account on there.
Well, it's very
know all their passwords.
Yeah, I think
follow them.
I think that's interesting. When parents are like, "Well, I'm just not even going to be on social media." I'm like, well, yeah, I think you have to be because your kids are. You need to be where your kids are physically and in cyberspace.
It's kind of like saying, I'm going over to your 16-year-old comes up and says, I'm going over to so and so's house, and you're like, who are they?
Yeah.
Just a friend. Okay. And you just let them go without even knowing who
you don't even know. Yeah. You don't even bother to find out.
Right.
But, when you and I grew up, phones were on the wall. Right, Shawn?
Right.
And,
I became a principal before cell phones. I'm old. So I've grown up with it, and I've seen cell phones are one part of it. But more importantly, the social media has become the tobacco and the cancer for our teenagers. It's the thing that's slowly killing them.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think that's true. But, you talk about, because your parents now are millennials, and so they grew up with the cell phones. They had them when they were teenagers.
Yes.
And smartphones and all of that. So, yeah, it's a whole different.
Yeah, I got a cell phone when I was like 16. It was a little bitty one. But, yeah, that's how, young it was that started for me. And then I think I graduated right at the height of Facebook coming out and all that stuff where originally you had to have a school email address to even have a Facebook. So, and then they opened it to the public. But that was like my generation. We grew up with that.
The social media can be a powerful tool to get information
We're using
out.
it right now.
Exactly.
Right.
But when you're polling, when you instantly have an issue with something that happened on a bus or in a classroom or at school, and you go to your Facebook friends to see how to fix it instead of calling and going straight to the horse's mouth to see how you can fix it.
Right.
That's troublesome to everybody.
Yes.
And when you're polling to see, are you going to send your kids to school or am I going to send my kids to school? Be a parent.
Yeah.
Make a decision. It doesn't matter what the other parents are going to do
Well,
necessarily.
and I've been an advocate, especially since we've had the K-ROG platform here, of people like you and the mayor and everybody around here participating in the conversation, because I think and you've been great to do that, and I think that's one of the important things. It's like, as a parent, if we're going to be on social media, as community leaders, we need to be on social media, helping control those conversations.
Very true.
Speak into those conversations. So I appreciate you always being proactive in doing that.
And help educate our kids, because they're trying to navigate this without, their frontal lobe fully developed.
Right, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I know the school's got Facebook pages. All the buildings, I think, have Facebook pages.
We're trying to
Maybe
keep
not.
Facebook just to the district
Just to the
level,
district,
and
okay.
then the buildings have Twitter accounts.
But if somebody wanted to DM, direct message the district, they could do that on Facebook?
Yeah,
Somebody-
Amanda manages that, and she's probably like, "Oh boy, here we go."
Don't advertise
So
that.
send your questions via direct message.
Or you know what? Pick up the phone.
Yeah. But even myself, a phone call is my communication choice of last resort, honestly. I don't like to talk on the phone anymore.
I'm the same way.
I would rather email,
I blame it on my
text.
generation, but you can't blame that on.
No, I can't. I think I blame mine on social disorder. But my least method of communication is on the phone. I would rather talk to you face to face, because I think, and I know email is, and I don't know why, but email is even worse to this. But I think the more you communicate face to face, the more you reach an understanding of communication.
100% true.
That's so true.
And I phone calls I don't like,
Yeah.
and I don't know why, and I know why I don't like it. Because everybody likes to play stump Will on the phone.
I remember you telling me about that.
And I'm just like, it's like, you can't ask me on the phone. Like, I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, give me a minute.
But give me a minute. So if you email me, text me, or whatever, I'm much happier, because I'll get a good answer and I'll get it right back to you. But that's
So
just
basically,
me.
he wants everybody to call him and ask him all the questions.
No, in fact, I don't answer my phone. I almost never answer my phone. It always goes to voicemail, and then I get my voicemail.
I don't know that I've ever talked to you on the phone.
No,
it's
probably
usually a
not.
text
No,
or an
that's right.
IM.
I know for sure I have
That's
not.
right. And then, but your voicemail will get transcribed to text. It'll get emailed to me.
Look
and then
at
I
you.
can read it.
Wow, you don't even
And,
want to
no,
listen to the voicemail.
I don't even want to listen to the voicemail. But you got some other big stuff coming up here, and I've got my handy dandy Wildcat Chronicle, so that I will always know what's going on.
I know I'm such a bad parent.
So
'cause
you
I
can
got
go
that in the
really old
mail
school
the other day.
and get the hard copy that came in the mail.
You have to meet people where they are. And
That's
who
right.
doesn't still like to pick up a newspaper?
It's kind of fun. So we got this today.
I don't
The
know.
big-
You're very digital.
I am
but,
very digital.
But he's using it. So
It came in my mailbox, and I thought, hey, Shawn's coming on the show. I'm going to save this. I won't just immediately throw this piece of mail away. I'm going to keep this.
but
with
it
you.
does have valuable information.
It is. It has lots of good stuff. But before we get to this, you want to play your game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. So let me pull this up here.
Everybody watching, get ready. You get to participate. It's trivia.
And I made him a little bit harder this time. Okay. Now this first one I thought was going to be harder, but my
I didn't put our logo up this morning.
what's behind us?
That's
Just some
Christmas
pictures.
parade.
Yeah, 4-H pictures.
Okay. This one's probably going to be easy, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Okay. How do you say Merry Christmas in Hawaiian?
Mele Kalikimaka.
See, you knew. My mom couldn't remember it. Okay, and then I don't know if you'll know this one. I didn't know this one. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer started as a marketing gimmick for what store?
I got my reward.
Come on. Is that just like well known? Okay, what about this
He's
one?
a wealth of useless knowledge.
Did you know that though?
That's
Did
my
you
life.
know?
I probably would have been, if we would have been talking about it a few minutes, I probably would have said Sears or something like that from the catalog. I don't know.
Yeah, true. Okay.
It was a poem, not a song.
My mom just like rattled it off last night. I'm like, how did you know that? Okay, this one. As the clock strikes midnight to ring in the new year, a Spanish tradition involves eating 12 of what?
Oh, that I don't know.
So it's one for each chime. And we can leave it there and let people comment.
Okay.
So it's a Spanish tradition to eat 12 what? Whenever the clock strikes midnight to ring in the new year. So we'll let that sit and let people guess.
Can't be something too filling. It's midnight and you have to eat 12.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they're each chime, if you think, well, I guess, I don't know how, each chime
Of the clock. Dong. Good. Well, let's talk about your headline here. Phase 2, April 22, no tax increase.
No tax increase.
Bond issue. So what does that mean?
A no tax increase?
Well, the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Translate.
So schools in the state of Missouri are funded through levies. And part of our levy goes to our debt service, which is your fund to make repairs and fix things that go wrong or build things on your property. There's two different pots of money and you cannot mix them. So we have 93 cents of our levy actually goes into Fund 3, which is used for that specific purpose to pay off our bonds. And so think of it this way. We go get a loan and then we have that money to build a house. And then 10 years down the road, you want to remodel the kitchen. And this never happens, does it? You want to remodel, but you want to remodel. So what do? You go to your bank that you have the loan.
Get a home equity line of credit.
Yes. Line of credit. You extend your debt now. Instead of paying off in 20 years, you're going to extend it 5 years and you're going to pay off in 25. But now you have a lump of cash to remodel your kitchen. And you can do that over and over. It's the same thing with the bond. We took out a line of credit, 93 cents over the last 50 years. And so we are refinancing because some of those bonds are coming due. They're paying off. Our payments are lower. So now we have the ability to go borrow more against that and extend our debt. So the debt does not change. It's still 93 cents, but now we have this money to make needed repairs and renovations and add on if we're growing, and safety and security improvements and all those things that we need to do to keep up with these aging buildings and our growing population.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be on the ballot in April.
And phase 1 was 2019. We had about 8 million. We extended it to 8.7 million, knowing that in phase 2 was coming due in 2022. And now we have a larger chunk of money. It'll be about 32 million that we will have to do projects. And then about every 4 to 5, 6 years, we will be able to have another pot of money that will allow us to keep up. And as we grow and we want new programs, that's when you build it. Form follows function.
Yeah. So basically what we're doing is we're voting yes to allow the school district to keep operating the way it's been operating.
And make some needed improvements and build some additional space because of our growth.
Yep.
And like the roof at the high school needs repaired. And someone said, the new high school? I'm like, in like 2023, the high school's 20 years old.
Yeah.
The roof is out of
That's
warranty.
nuts.
It needs
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy that it goes by that fast.
Yeah.
A new high school.
In high school, that's 20 years old. There you go.
I'm guilty of that. I feel like I say that all the time. Oh, yeah, I've only had it for a few years. And then,
Well,
it's like 20 years later.
It only gets worse, Cassie. I'm just telling you right now. It only gets worse. Okay, so we got a couple. We got a guess. We got,
Hey,
we
what do
got
they
some
think?
guesses. So Shauna's guess is, I don't know.
She says she doesn't know.
She's
Look at
like,
her.
I don't know.
She
And
didn't
then-
even give us anything.
But Linda Collins here, she's like tacos, and doesn't matter even if she's wrong. She's gonna. She's
a
down
lot
with
of
tacos.
She's gonna make that the new tradition.
All right, so I've got two potential guesses.
I would just say a tortilla chip.
I would say it could be olives because of Spanish olives, but my best guess I think is black eyed peas
Really? Okay.
because that's a tradition that you eat black eyed peas on New Year's Day. But that's really about the only thing I can think of.
I can't believe I actually stumped you on
I
this
don't
one.
know.
Do you have a guess?
It's got to be something light and simple. If there's 12 and it's every
Sopapilla.
yeah, that's
It's not very light, is it?
Depends on how you
Dessert.
make it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I make a sopapilla cheesecake. And
Oh, well, that's
it's
a
not
whole
light at all.
different-
No. Okay, the answer is grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah.
Grapes.
No, never would have got that one.
Really?
Yeah, I never would have
Look
figured
at that.
grapes. Eat a
Yes.
grape. One grape.
I stumped him. That's good. That's what I wanted.
You got another question?
Yes. Well, see again, I don't know if these are hard or. Okay, what president had his own special recipe for eggnog?
Oh, I don't think I know that either.
Really? No. Yes. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, we'll let you weigh in on that one. What president had his own special recipe for eggnog? All right. And there was one other thing I know you wanted to talk about today, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, you said.
Do you remember what it was? We'll stump Dr. Randles
Listen,
today.
we should have wrote it down.
Yeah, return to learn plan.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And so, if you've been following in the media, the Attorney General sent a letter to all public schools based on the Cole County judgment. There was a suit that was filed by 2 restaurant owners in St. Louis and an individual against the Department of Health and Senior Services. That was tried in Cole County Court. I believe it was Judge Green.
Which is Jefferson City, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
And so he wrote like 8 judgments, and some of them pertain to our local health departments, where he said that local health departments do not have the authority, because they're not elected officials, to mandate or give orders regarding masks and quarantines. And the Attorney General sent a letter to all public schools saying that basically we have to cease and desist. Mm-hmm. And so through all that and the opinions of Department of Elementary and Secondary Ed and our school board attorneys and our local attorneys, it's questionable, because we have local control and our school board are elected officials. Mm-hmm. And there's actually statute 167.191 that schools have an obligation and the authority to protect the safety and create a safe and healthy environment for students and staff in regard to communicable diseases, mm-hmm. and those that are liable to transmit communicable diseases. So we can have mitigation strategies in place, and the school board can mandate those. But we revised the Return to Learn plan. We're trying to get, if TikTok hadn't come up, and,
Right.
we probably would have had an email out to parents yesterday about the board meeting Wednesday night and the changes, but now we have to wait today because we had to deal with something else.
You want to roll it out here first this morning, what those changes are?
No.
Nice try.
I'm always looking for the scoop.
No, I think everyone will be pleased with some changes. Of course, we've been in-person learning through the whole pandemic.
Sure.
We did not go to a hybrid model like Springfield.
Great job.
We had masks last year because we took advantage of a modified quarantine. We didn't do masks this year. And so I think we are doing what the majority of our community believes in. And so with this new judgment, it allows us a little more flexibility. And I tell people, if I have an irate mom that's calling about masking, there's an equal and opposite mom that is in favor of masking.
Right.
We're split down the middle on so many things, and that's unfortunate. And so I tell people, since we're split down the middle, my job is to stay in the middle and keep kids in school.
Now, my only question is, if Attorney General Eric Schmidt sends you a Freedom of Information Sunshine request for documents, would you answer that Would you give him his documents?
Well, our policy and our practice has always been that we respond to that within the statute that says we have to respond in so many hours, and we tell them that we'd be happy to respond to his request. We have estimated that it will cost this much at the lowest possible rate of the person that can fulfill that request. And if he would render a check in the amount of XYZ of our estimate, we will get to work on
Which is what the statute requires.
Exactly.
You wouldn't just tell him to go pound sand like Springfield?
I don't know that I would do that. I've never heard that term necessarily, but that's funny. The last request that came in, we estimated it would cost about $12,000, and we were prepared. If someone would have sent us a check, we would have fulfilled their request. But.
Well, I just think that's Springfield went to the extent of getting themselves sued by the Attorney General because they just wouldn't give them the documents. So that's crazy. Wow. So back to our trivia.
Yes.
We got a couple of guesses here. Linda guesses twice. She says Washington or Kennedy. I'm going to go with Taft.
Okay. Do you have a guess?
What president had his own special eggnog recipe?
Yes, eggnog recipe.
No, I wouldn't have it.
I picked Taft because he was fat.
George Washington is correct.
Yay, Linda.
Linda got it.
Yeah, good job, Linda.
That's awesome.
You win honor and glory for all time.
Okay, here, one more. I just have one more here. And who helped Rudolph whenever he left the North Pole? Do you guys know this?
In the TV show?
Yeah.
Hermie.
Oh, and? There was somebody else with him.
Yukon.
Wasn't the abominable snowman?
Well, there was they found him, and so it was a Bumble. Yeah, Yukon. What was his name? Yukon. Can't think of his last name.
I know what it is.
Yeah, picturing.
Yeah,
in that very
with
poor
animated
animated
cartoon.
Said he had a
yeah. And he would take it and he'd go nothing, because he was looking for silver. That's right. And so he'd put it in the ground and he'd lick it, and if he could taste if it was silver or not. Cornelius.
Yes,
Yukon
Cornelius. Yes.
Yep.
That was right. Wow, you got that one. Okay, cool. Okay.
It's a good show.
Yes. Okay. Do you want one more? I do have some more.
Yeah, let's have another.
But I didn't know what kind of time are we looking at?
Abominable snowman. Yes, Linda, that was one of them. Good job.
Yes. But it was the misfit elf was the other. Yeah, Hermie. Yeah, the misfit elf. Okay.
What did Hermie want to be instead of an elf?
I don't know.
Dentist. He wanted to be a dentist.
That's
wanted
so
to be a
funny.
dentist. Yes.
Oh, that's really funny. Okay. What figure from? Nope. Just kidding. No, I don't like that one. Okay. What country has the tradition of filling children's clogs with candy and treats on December 5th?
There's your clue.
A little bit of a wow. That's a gimme right there.
What is it then?
Well, isn't the Netherlands?
Okay, I gave it away. Yeah. Okay.
The Dutch wear the clogs.
Okay. I don't have any.
Otherwise known as sabot. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they were called in Dutch. They're called sabot.
Really?
Which is, and when the workers, the Luddites movement was protesting the removal of the machines were coming in to take over all the workers, they tossed their wooden shoes in the machines to break them, giving rise to the modern term sabotage.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Well, there we go.
Wow.
We have education.
See what an LR education will do for you?
I tell you, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Okay, I have no more.
I actually learned that from Star Trek.
I have no more good ones. The rest of them are all easy ones.
Okay.
And
all
those
right.
would just be too easy.
Well, any parting words? Merry Christmas. And
it's I know it's been difficult. The pandemic has been difficult on everyone. We see it with worker shortages, and schools are not immune to that as well. We've had to combine bus routes, and we appreciate everyone's patience and understanding as, we work through some of the staffing shortages and challenges. Fordland let out school a day early because a third of their staff, teaching staff, were sick. There's a stomach bug going around right now.
Oh, no.
It's not just COVID, and so we're not immune to that either. And
so it hasn't gotten any better? I know you've been struggling with that all year, really.
Are we still hiring custodial staff and bus drivers?
Anyone that wants a job, we will find a job. Seriously. I cannot believe
Thanks, Linda.
People can work if they want to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that's true, too.
No, we just appreciate everyone's patience and understanding if we work through a lot of these challenges, and our staff has done an amazing job teaching kids in class, teaching kids on quarantine, tutoring them to try to keep them caught back up, and it's exhausting.
Yes,
and we're all ready for a break.
Yes.
All right, a couple end of the show notes. You guys have been bugging me about wanting me to cook for you. So this Saturday, tomorrow, if you will come to Creedstown Ranch, Creedstown Christmas from 1 to 8 p.m., I'm going to have a limited supply of smoked turkey legs that I will sell you.
And it's going to be a fun event, I think.
Isn't it their ribbon cutting as well?
It is their ribbon cutting at 1 o'clock. So if you want to come out and see the ribbon cutting from the chamber, you can do that. I'm going to have some smoked turkey legs and some hot wassail, all homemade, all home done.
Look at you.
Cook it myself. We'll have those available for you there. Shelby's going to be there with her candles. So she's making candles on the side.
Nice.
Just for fun. She told me to stop selling so many because she's like, I don't have time to make all these candles. I'm like, all right.
She needs to hire staff.
But she will again have a limited supply of candles out there for that. But come out to Creedstown Christmas at Creedstown Ranch, 625 Century Farm Road.
Wow,
Going to be a good time. And next Friday, which is Christmas Eve, Cassie and I are going to take the day off.
Yes.
And the 4-H Christmas special is going to take our time slot next Friday. So be sure to tune in next Friday for that. Monday morning, we may be back with Dollars and Cents with Bruce. He's in Hawaii right now.
Oh, lucky him.
So he's doing that. Tuesday morning, we'll be back on here on the Waffle. Shawn, we'll see about that. I don't know. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for you. We'll see what's happening there. But yeah, come out to Creedstown tomorrow. Join in all next week for all the K-ROG stuff. The sports are on K-ROG, so you can watch the LR Wildcats. Doing really good. But
Yep.
all right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
Merry
later.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.